All right, so welcome everybody. This is Sea Dog with the Carolina Boy Sports Podcast. I'm here with James as a guest from the PWE Wrestling. So what made you lay the foundation to start it?
All right. So I've been a wrestler for 20 something years,
Mhm.
and was on and off just in helping with promoting shows and running shows and doing production. And so I've had the drive to run my own promotion for a while,
Right,
but
right,
nothing ever happened. Nothing ever panned out. The right mix wasn't ready, just didn't happen. And the two or three times that actually were going to happen, stuff happened. Whether it's I went through a bad divorce a couple years back, or I went through COVID, with like everybody and killed
right,
everything. And then just the right things happened at the right time. Last year, things started coming together. I got fed up. They say the last straw, will motivate somebody sometime.
right.
And I was fed up. I was fed up with where I was at. I was fed up with not only wrestling, what I was doing, but where I was working. Like it was just a lot of I ran into a wall and I was like, you know what? You can either climb over a wall, go to the next one, or you can just bust right through it. And I, everything lined up for me to just go the new way, bust right through it.
Right.
My mentor for a long time had a ring he was getting rid of. And so he talked to me about it. We worked that out. And then as I was doing that, that's when the last straw event happened. I had a promoter that just mistreated not only the fans, but the workers themselves. And I was like, man, you can't do that. Like
Right.
there's so many people in this business, man, that mistreat wrestlers. They mistreat the not only the wrestlers, staff members, the everybody. And just like you're in a job where you have a bad boss,
Mhm.
like it's the same thing. Like, and these wrestlers who don't get paid very much and go out there and put their bodies on the line are getting treated like assholes by assholes. And it's like, nah, I'm not dealing with that no more, man. Like there's no reason to deal with that. So I put the feeler out. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna, not by myself, but I'm gonna spearhead a different direction. And I put a feeler out online and it's like, hey, I got an idea. I got a business plan. I got the whole shebang. I just don't have money because I don't come from money.
Right.
So I need somebody that could just help me, start it. Like I'm not asking for a lot of money. I'm not asking for thousands and thousands of dollars, but I could lay it out for how much it would cost and what it would take. And I sat out there for a minute and I was like, all right, well, this ain't gonna take. And then I had a friend of mine who actually was an old school colleague of mine that went to school with me. Him and his buddy who graduated with me reached out and they said, hey, what you talking about? And I was like, well, I am trying to, start a wrestling thing that I got an idea for. And they go, all right, let's talk. So I called them on the phone. We did like a little conference call thing and everything. And they're like, well, what do you need? I said, well, I have a skeleton of a ring that is a rust bucket.
Right.
So I've got to build this thing from the ground up almost. But we got about $6,000 worth of steel. So, I mean, that's not nothing.
Right. Right.
um, and they listened and we had a long conversation. And then they said, okay, well, when do you need the money back? And I was like, well, whenever you want me to get started. And he was like, how about Monday? And I'm like, Monday? And they're like, yeah, Monday. We'll get it done. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll go to work. And they put that money in my account on Monday morning. And I was like, oh Lord, like it's serious now. All right. And we did. Like we just worked from there back and forth. We built up, got wood, got all this other stuff, and then it was just hey, we're gonna do a show in a couple months. Just see
Right.
how it works. And that did not turn out how it was supposed to.
Right. Right. I understand that. So how do you see it growing as far as getting new incomers in, people who want to wrestle and expanding?
So the plan, the 5-year plan originally was to do a couple shows, see how it went, and then we would open up a school, and then just continue those schools. It'd be something to fund the shows, basically.
Right, right,
Well, when the first show happened, it turned from okay, we're going to do one show, see how it goes, to we're going to do six because they greenlit us for six. And before the second show, they had done that. At the second show, when we were over 200 people, they greenlit us for the rest of the year.
right,
So we expanded on a different level. We didn't know how quickly we would do that as far as shows wise. To
right.
put it in perspective, other wrestling promotions run bi-monthly in the area. They don't
Mhm.
run monthly. There are two other pretty decent players that bring in a couple hundred people every time they do a show, but they don't run every month. So
Right,
doing it every month was a big step because it takes a lot, man. I mean, to get people to come back every so often is a big thing, but to get people to come back every single month is a lot of work. Uh,
right.
so we shifted our focus to that. We grew by having a fan base. Now we have a huge fan base that we're growing
Mhm.
instead of the home base.
Right, right.
But that's the next step. So the next step of growth is the home base growth. Now that we've had 6 or 7 shows under our belt, we've even done some outside of the area shows. We have the land that we own privately to build our building to start our school. So we've got our trainers in place. We've got one of our trainers is an AEW contract signed guy. So we've got some legitimate people.
Hmm.
And then we've got a lot of the local guys here that have been driving up to the ranks over the last 10, 20 years. So people will get some credible training. It won't just be a guy, just teaching you how to fall somewhere.
Right, right.
And we're going to have a curriculum. We're going to have everything there. So that's our next growth is open the school, have it running up and good by the end of the year, and also have 12 shows under our belt by the end of the year. We're actually, with our outside shows, we'll probably be about 15 or 16, which would be amazing. I mean, to have 15 or 16 shows in my first calendar year is a blessing in itself. I cannot believe it.
Right. Yeah, I've noticed, being going to Savannah Brewing Company, I see that looks like a inspiration and to let everybody come, enjoy, hang out. I'm gonna give them a shout out to it.
Oh, yeah.
That it seemed like, there's a lot more people. The past times I've been, it's growing every time.
Yeah, and we're getting new faces too, which is
Hmm.
awesome. That's one of our approaches with Phoenix is we're taking wrestling into places instead of taking it into like a gym or a rec
Right,
center
right.
and trying to bring people in. We're going to where people are and where they kind of frequent, and we're
Hmm.
getting those people going, "Hey, I came here for a beer, but what is that?" Oh, it's wrestling. Oh man, I haven't seen wrestling since I was 2.
Right, right,
And those people when they leave, man, the smile on those faces, that's why I do it. That is absolutely great.
right. What is your ultimate goal with Phoenix Wrestling?
To have a home base, to create a place in here in Augusta in the CSRA that is a home base for wrestling. Wrestling is becoming hotter and hotter than it ever has. And when I was growing up in the early 2000s in
Right.
wrestling, there was no good place to go to learn how to
Yeah.
do it. You had to go to a place in Atlanta or Columbia, or not even Columbia. You had to go to like North Carolina or places like that to find a place. And wrestling's now growing. So I want it to have a place here that taught people the right way, entertained people the right way, and did that good family atmosphere. We're not military. We're not. It's not going to be like the performance center that you go to at WWE. It's not going to
Yeah.
be like places like that where you can't cut the mustard because we're shooting $1 million TV show. No, we're trying to entertain 200 to 300 people that are very loyal to the brand and want to see a good, clean, entertaining show. So that's where I would love to see us 5 6 years be the guy that hey, you want to go to Augusta, you want to learn how to wrestle, you go to Phoenix. They'll teach you how
Right.
to wrestle, they'll teach you how to entertain, they'll teach you how to work in this business and get you ready for the next step.
Um, what was your most exciting part about starting it after, your first matches or two?
First after the first show, we the coolest thing, and it still gives me chills. We haven't done it yet, and we're gonna do it again. The coolest thing is after the second show. The first show we had sold like 100 some tickets. Second show we had sold some good stuff. We put the tickets online at the second show for the third one.
Hmm.
We sold the third show's front row, like front true rows, within 24 hours. It was gone. And it's not a lot, it was 30 something seats, but 30 something seats at $20 a pop is pretty awesome to just be gone.
Right.
So that was really cool. That was an exciting moment to see that. I've gotten to like it where I come out and I to see everybody, because I got to take a step away from actual in-ring work. I worked a couple of
Right.
few shows, but I'm just doing the running and the GM kind of work now, which is so
Right.
much
Right.
easier. But also harder.
Yeah.
It's easier on the body.
Right. I know it's probably, it's a heart aching to step away from the ring. I was there when you were talking about it last time. When old Fluffy was in the ring with Drew, which was a heartbreaking loss.
Yeah.
That was heartbreaking. Um, so as far as expanding, do you see promoting out towards like different states, stuff like that, or?
Yeah, so that is a plan we've done. We have done one or two shows in South Carolina.
Mhm.
So South Carolina is the obvious and easiest choice to go over. We're looking for
Right.
places in the Aiken, North Augusta area right now. But right now we don't want to get too close to Savannah River, just because we have an understanding with them that we're not going to run anywhere else in the area. They're going to be our
Right.
home, unless we have to do something really big and we need a bigger venue. But even then, we talked about it with them. We'll see how this July show goes. They have a bigger brew house. So, like, if you go and did the show inside the brew house when the weather's better, we could fit far more people in there. So there's ways to get around it. They want to do an outside show too, but my goal is to go Tennessee, North Carolina, Florida, anywhere that they'll take us. We've kind of got the niche on the brewery thing. I know how to work with them. I know how to talk to them. I know what works best back and forth. Some of our wrestlers know how to work in the beer spots and things like that.
Right. Right.
So I kind of like to keep that our niche and maybe branch off into school and churches for fundraisers. Because that's one of the things that I love about us, being able to do the benefits every single show and helping some kind of nonprofit or local charity.
Mhm.
That's what I started when I first started wrestling. That's what I like doing. I like being able to give back, because people look at wrestling in a negative connotation a lot,
Yeah.
and to be able to flip it and go, no, no, here's some money, and also here's some awareness to your cause, and thank you. We're just wrestling.
Right. Right. Let's see what else. What is your message to your fan base if you had one?
Thank you is the biggest message, because right now we have way more than I ever expected at this point, and they have been so supportive. And also, tell me, talk to me. I'm so open with this stuff. I'm listening to the fans. We recently changed our fan experience because we listened to not only the fans but also the performers.
Mhm.
We want to give the fans the best experience. That's why the experience is in the name, is because we want that. We want you to think of us as a different alternative wrestling place, like people think of like the Savannah Bananas as a different baseball game. Like,
Yeah.
it's still baseball, but it's different. This is wrestling, but it's different.
Different. All right.
Yeah, same good guy and bad guy, same thing
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Do you see like near future, like going not really much like televised, but like streaming wise? I know y'all have like a people that record and stuff there.
So we have a great videographer company that works with us. Keith Andrews Media does all of our video work, and he's amazing. We have talked about doing streaming. We've talked about doing live stuff. We've got the ability to do it off of like a phone or something like that,
Mhm.
which is like a hard cam. We're working on our production team right now. I don't have a lot of people in the production because we don't have cameras or not cameras. We
Right.
don't have video screens or anything like that we need right now. But that's what we're building. I didn't want to jump the fence, so to speak, with this, because I didn't want to, hey, oh, we're going to do streaming, and then four of my camera guys don't show up and it's only one
Right.
angle, and then
Right.
that gets kind of boring. When we
Yeah.
do it, I want it to be really good, really nice.
Different angles. Yeah.
Yes, like we're just about to start doing commentary released videos. I hired a commentary team of some good guys, and we're going to take our videos, load them on YouTube with a commentary backtrack and everything like that, like you see on wrestling shows and things like
Right, right.
that. But I didn't even want to do that at first. I wanted to wait because I wanted to have the right people.
People. Right, right.
Because I didn't want it to sound like two guys just reading off a prompter, or two guys watching wrestling. Like, I wanted these guys to be hype guys. Like, that's what you see on TV. They're hype
Mhm.
guys.
Yeah, like get in there, the one talking
Yeah,
to me, like tell them to do it more.
yeah. So that's slow, but that's, yeah. Streaming is definitely the next step. At least just to be able to stream the shows. We're gonna, starting in July. We're gonna stream it for our Patreon patrons. We've got a couple of those, and we're trying to push that a little bit more. So we're gonna make the live streaming, the testing, just exclusive on there for now.
Right.
But like I said, that'll just be unfortunately a little hard cam. But some people that are across the country, I've got friends all over the country, so maybe they want to see it and just watch it that way, and they'll pay $5, so that's cool.
Mhm. Let's see. What is the most scariest thing that you've ever seen or happened wrestling wise?
Oh, okay. I've seen people break their legs and break their arms,
Mm,
and like I've watched a guy take this part of their arm and it just snap backwards when he was
mm,
trying to catch himself. So I've seen that stuff. I've personally had a situation with this ring where when I was running the ropes and testing it when we first got it, the one of the support braces in the bottom broke, and when that happened, the top rope gave out.
mhm.
So I hit hold, and if I wasn't holding on to the rope, I would have fell out and hit my head and probably wouldn't be here talking to you.
Right, right.
And then probably the scariest that have ever happened, like in a match or anything, is I was on a show with it was a big show in Charleston, and it was like Psycho Sid Vicious and Hurricane and a couple of guys on the show. And I was first match, and I go up to the top rope to jump off the top rope, and as soon as I stand up and get the full stance, the top rope breaks, and I fall straight down. Like, and I look like one of those little toys where you push the button in the bottom and the thing just collapses. That's
Right.
what I did. On the tape, it looks like I just fall into a puddle. And I was
Uh,
scared, man. I was the scariest I've ever been in that ring. I thought my legs had broke. I didn't know what happened. The guy picked me up, and he was we have terminology and stuff we use in the ring, and he told me a couple things. Are you ready? Kind of stuff. And I was like, no, yeah, I'm good. Just go ahead and go. And he's like, okay, can I pick you up? I'm like, sure, I don't know.
right, right.
But I got to the back. I was good. They ended up having to like ratchet strap the turnbuckle on because there was no way to fix it. It broke at the weld on the actual beam itself. And we were first match out of 6. So they did not want to say no matches. They just told people, hey, don't touch the ropes for the rest of the night. So
Right.
we had 5 matches where you had a rope. They looked like there was a rope there, but nobody used it.
Yeah, that probably would have been bad.
Oh, it was so bad. But it's
Um,
scary, man. It's a big risk. The entire business, no matter if it's just setting up, we've had guys cut themselves like straight down their hands just putting the ring together, man. I mean, it happens. It's a lot of metal, a lot of steel, a lot of wood. People just think it's a bouncy little trampoline, and nowhere near like that.
mm, let's see. So I mean, that what we can do for that one for now. Was a good interview.
Yeah.
Um,